Let's educate ourselves, YouTube. These are 3 starter relays. They're advertised as solenoids, but they're just bigger high amp relays. What this does in a lawn tractor is when you turn your key, it energizes this relay and causes your positive to connect to the positive from the battery to connect to the positive going to the starter, which engages the starter. Principle's the same on cars, but these are specific to lawnmowers, riding mowers, small engines, stuff like that with electric start. So you've got 2 types. You've got the type here which has 2 spades on it. So this would be considered a 4-post. So you have your positive and your negative coming from your key, and then your positive from your battery and your positive going to the starter. Another type only has 1 spade, and that's your positive, and your negative is grounded to the frame. And same thing, you got your post from your battery to your starter. And what happens internally is when this completes the circuit, this relay connects those 2 internally. It connects those 2 posts, and that's what engages your starter. So this one came off of the orange Scott's John Deere mower. Found out it's bad. I'm going to show you how to test them too. This one came off of the red Murray that I'm sure you guys have seen before in the past. And this is a universal one that is sold. I got this one from Home Depot for 12 bucks. Go ahead and pull it out of the package, I'll show you. Now this one is universal. So it's actually a 4-post, but they market it as universal because it's got, you could put the little ring connectors on it or spades. But it is 12 volt, just like the other ones. 12 volt, 50%. I don't know what the time frame of that 50% is, but large 36 inch-pounds. Yeah, that says, I can't tell if that's a 35 or a 36. This one says 35 inch-pounds, and this one for large says 35 inch-pounds. So these are universal. The back of the packaging, really follow that on how to hook it up. That's really all you got to do. So on here you've got your 2 posts. That's your post coming from the battery. That's your post going to the starter. This is your ground, and that's your positive coming from the key. So we're going to test. I'm going to show you what a good one tests like, and then show you what a bad one tests like. So give me a second to get set up. I got a battery right here. So we'll be back in just a minute. Alright, in order to test a starter relay, you want to test for continuity. Now your continuity just means that electrons can flow from one lead to the other. And this particular meter, I could test it, but I just need to know by an audio signal whether I've got a connection or not. So you can tell normally I'm touching both posts with the probes that it's open. But when you apply electricity, it completes the circuit that would engage your starter. So that one, brand new, of course it's good, but that's what a good one will test like. Let me hook up one of the other ones and I'll show you what a bad one is test like. Alright, so this would be a bad starter relay. Apply energy. I hear it faintly click. It's not as a defined click as the other one, but I get no continuity across the posts. So that's a bad one. I tested this one. You would test it the same way. Just instead of connecting a ground spade, you would connect it to the where it mounts. So those two are bad. I'm going to replace them. I've got two of these new ones. So I'm going to replace them, and I have a feeling that might fix both mowers. Alright guys, I hope you enjoy this little tidbit of information. Something easy you can test and figure out, you know, if it's an inexpensive part. Like I said, 12 bucks for a universal one. Some of them mount on the bottom, some of them mount on the side. So these would actually fit either application. Alright guys, if you found this useful, rate, comment, subscribe, share the video. Somebody else has a problem that starter's not engaging, but lights and all that kind of stuff come on a mower. This is definitely one thing to test. Alright guys, stay tuned. Got more mower work coming. See you next time on Chaos Garage.